This evening, PPPC headquarters disappointment. Scores of citizens gathered at the PPPC headquarters in Georgetown hoping for cash distributions, only to find themselves disappointed. Minister Kwame McCoy dismissed rumors of cash distributions, attributing them to mischief spread by the opposition. Wanted bulletin issued for alleged murderer. The Ghana Police Force has issued a wanted bulletin for Milo in connection with the alleged murder of his wife, Nikisha Sutton. Pardon and search operation at Red Dragon nightclub. In a coordinated effort against human trafficking, the Ghana Police Force, along with relevant ministries, conducted a condole and search operation. An investigation into trafficking and exploitation has been launched. Concerns over delayed infrastructure projects. The Minister of Public Works expressed concerns over the delayed progress of the almost $2 billion Conversation Tree Road project. Political turmoil in Haiti. A powerful gang leader in Haiti has warned of civil war if Prime Minister Ariel Henry doesn't step down. The country is in a state of emergency after gang leaders announced plans to overthrow the government. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for March 6, 2024. I am Baby Backus. Thank you for joining us. First up, scores of citizens gathered at the headquarters of the governing PPPC in Georgetown earlier today, hoping to benefit from cash distributions, only to find disappointment. Minister within the office of the Prime Minister, Kwame McCoy, dismissed the rumors, attributing them to mischief spread by the APNU political opposition.
What is occurring here this morning really reflects what is happening within communities by the APNU AFC operatives who have been spreading a rumor in many of the communities that monies are being shared at Freedom House and that people should come down here today to collect monies being shared out at Freedom House. We have been battling with this type of misinformation over time in the social media and elsewhere, where deliberately the APNU AFC have been spreading misinformation amongst people about various grants and various activities that include distribution of cash.
McCoy clarified that no cash distributions were taking place and emphasized that government programs such as small business grants are not administered at the party's headquarters.
At the end of the day, there is no such program here at Freedom House, and therefore people don't need to be here to collect any cash because there is no such program. The government has a small business grant program where we help people in small business in communities across the country. We've been doing this over the last 2 years. This is part of monies from the SLEP program.
Despite repeated instructions to disperse, people from various areas, including southward of the city, lower East Coast and East Bank of the Marara, insisted on waiting, claiming they were told that monies were being distributed. Nevertheless, the minister insisted that no cash was being distributed.
So there is no cash being given here at Freedom House. There is no grant being given here at Freedom House.
Despite McCoy's efforts to clear up the misunderstanding, the crowd persisted in the hope of receiving assistance. Now let's delve into the latest developments of a news report we shared with you yesterday. The Ghana Police Force has issued a wanted bulletin for Milroy LaRose, also known as Milo, in connection with the alleged murder of his 24-year-old wife, Nikisha Sutton. The incident occurred on Monday at their Parika East Bank Essequibo residence. According to reports, LaRose arrived home intoxicated around 3 p.m., leading to a heated argument with Sutton. After a brief departure, he returned around 5 p.m. with more alcohol, sparking another altercation. A physical confrontation ensued, during which Sutton's sister intervened. Following the altercation, LaRose allegedly instructed Sutton to leave the house. As Sutton was leaving with her belongings, LaRose reportedly stabbed her in the neck with a broken beer bottle before fleeing the scene. LaRose's last known addresses are listed as Parika and Kamwata village in Region 1. Authorities urge anyone with information on his whereabouts to contact the nearest police station. Meanwhile, government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh conducted a post-mortem examination on Sutton's body at the Ezekiel Funeral Home. Dr. Singh determined the cause of death to be a stab wound to the neck. Following the examination, Sutton's body was released to her relatives for burial. Moving on, in a united effort to combat human trafficking and exploitation, Ghana Police Force and various government agencies conducted a cordon and search operation at the Red Dragon nightclub in Georgetown. Our correspondent, Dale Jarvis, is here with the details of this crucial operation and the ongoing investigation.
In a coordinated effort aimed at combating human trafficking and exploitation, the Guyana Police Force, in conjunction with the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security and the Ministry of Home Affairs, conducted a cordon and search operation at the Red Dragon nightclub located on Rob Street, Georgetown. The operation, carried out on Monday 4th, 2024 around 2:30 am, was initiated based on intelligence received by authorities. During the operation, law enforcement officers discovered 44 female foreign nationals on the premises. These individuals were promptly taken into protective care and are currently receiving various support services from the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. In addition to rescuing the potential victims of trafficking, the Ghana Police Force uncovered a 32 Taurus pistol along with 8 rounds of ammunition on the premises. An investigation into alleged acts of trafficking in persons and other forms of exploitation and abuse has been launched by law enforcement authorities. The Ministry of Home Affairs assures the public that further updates on this matter will be provided as they become available. Additionally, it emphasizes the collaborative efforts between relevant government agencies and anti-trafficking stakeholders will persist in monitoring similar establishments to combat human trafficking and safeguard vulnerable individuals. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Stick around when we return. Public Works Minister raises alarm over delayed Conversation Tree Road project, and approximately 25,000 kilograms of cannabis plants destroyed by the Ghana Police Force during
Experience more than award-winning speed. Way more. Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl, forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Minister of Public Works Bishop One Edgehill expressed concerns over the delayed progress of the $1.8 billion Conversation Tree Rod project during a recent site visit. He reiterated the government's stance against project delays and incomplete infrastructural works. The minister emphasized that action would be taken promptly to address the situation, indicating that Calco Company Incorporated, the company responsible for Lot 2 of the project, may be unable to complete its portion. Despite attempts to reach Calco's principals, a response has yet to be received. The project, divided into sections, has seen completion by S. Jagmohan Construction and General Supplies Incorporated for Lot 1. However, Lot 2 needs to be completed with only 55% of the work finished. Outstanding tasks include paving, concrete drainage, and completion of culverts and retaining walls. The Conversation Tree Rod project is essential for providing alternative routes for travel to and from Georgetown, underscoring its significance in the government's infrastructural development initiative. In other news, as part of its Spotlight initiative, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security received a significant donation of electronics, including computers and printers, from the United Nations Development Program on Tuesday. These devices are intended to enhance data collection efforts related to gender-based violence cases involving both victims and perpetrators. While accepting the donation, Minister Vindhya Prasad highlighted the importance of adapting to the digital age for a Spotlight initiative. She emphasized the need for digitalizing records, analyzing data, and generating reports to address gender-based violence issues effectively. The electronics will benefit the Lusignan Hope and Justice Center and be distributed to other centers in Region 1 and 3. The goal is to open them in the first quarter of the year. On a different note, police conducted an eradication exercise at the Bini Bat Dam, Berbice River, destroying approximately 25,000 cannabis plants on Tuesday, March 5. The exercise was carried out on two separate farms. The first farm, spanning 2 acres, housed more than 8,000 plants varying from 2 to 6 feet in height and boasting a street value of close to $3 million. The second farm, located about 200 meters away, covered a similar area and contained about 5,000 plants ranging from 1 to 4 feet in height, valued at over $800,000. The police also discovered a makeshift camp equipped with hammocks, kitchen utensils, and groceries. The cannabis plants were extracted from the soil before the authorities set both farms on fire. The camp was also destroyed by fire. However, no arrests were made during the operation. Don't go away after the break. Beyond Super Tuesday, Biden and Trump campaigns prepare for a rematch, and Zambia declares national disaster after drought devastates agriculture.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl, forget things. What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smalls make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. A powerful gang leader in Haiti has warned civil war will break out if Prime Minister Ariel Henry doesn't step down. The Prime Minister has arrived in Puerto Rico and is trying to return home. Haiti is in a state of emergency after gang leaders announced they were going to overthrow the government. Al Jazeera's Stephanie Dicker reports.
This man is essentially holding Haiti hostage. Jimmy Charizier, nicknamed Barbecue, a gang leader, former police officer, and now determined to bring down the government, demanding Prime Minister Ariel Henry resign.
I want Ariel to hear the reason, because if Ariel Henry does not resign, the country will go straight to a genocide. If the international community continues to support Ariel Henry, it will lead us straight into a civil war. That will lead to a genocide.
Recent speculation over Henry's whereabouts is now over. These still photos appear to show him landing in Puerto Rico. Fighting between gangs in the army around the main airport in the Haitian capital has led to flights being cancelled since Sunday. The fighting has also displaced thousands of people.
I would like the government to say something because we do not have any hope. No one is helping us. I would like the government to talk to us, to remove us from the situation because we do not feel safe. Everywhere is gang violence. We are sleeping and we have to be vigilant.
But there is little law left here. And the longer the Prime Minister is away, analysts say, the weaker he becomes. Henry was sworn in, unelected, after Haiti's president, Jovenel Moïse, was assassinated in 2021 by Colombian mercenaries. Elections were supposed to be held by the 7th of February, but they haven't happened, and that sparked protests at the time. Henry left for Kenya last week to finalize a deal for a UN task force to help restore order in his country, prompting this latest crisis.
I've been working in and on around Haiti for 30 years now, and I've never, ever seen it this bad. It's absolutely catastrophic. It being the human rights situation, the humanitarian situation, the lack of any kind of political anything, discussions, negotiations.
Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. Heavily armed gangs are now in charge of most of the capital, and it's not clear if or when the Prime Minister will return. Stephanie Decker, Al Jazeera.
In the U.S., 15 states and one territory voted in primary elections for their party's presidential nominations. But there were no surprises on this so-called Super Tuesday. Donald Trump and incumbent President Joe Biden came out winners across the board. Al Jazeera's Rob Reynolds reports.
Former President Donald Trump swept all but one of the Super Tuesday contests, defeating his only remaining Republican opponent and former ally, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley.
We're going to win this election because we have no choice. If we lose the election, we're not going to have a country left.
Haley did not make a public appearance after the returns came in, leaving her supporters and those who crossed party lines to vote for her wondering whether she would continue in the race. Because even in losing, Haley won significant percentages of Republican voters, highlighting one of Trump's vulnerabilities.
Trump is very clearly going to be the nominee of the Republican Party, but he has massive general election weaknesses that have been revealed by the fact that a third of Republicans are voting against him.
Trump's other liabilities include his penchant for extreme rhetoric, which turns off more moderate Republicans, and the 91 criminal indictments he faces, including for his alleged role in inciting the January 6, 2021 failed insurrection against the last national election result. Some of those courtroom trials may be underway during the campaign's final months, while another case about falsifying business records to pay hush money to an adult film actress may start within weeks. President Joe Biden, who faced no viable opponents, also accumulated Super Tuesday primary wins on his way to an all but certain nomination at the Democratic Convention in August. Biden has problems with his voters as he goes into the general election. Many, including Democrats, think that at age 81 he's too old. His approval ratings are low, and voters are unhappy about the economy.
There is still that concern about inflation. Prices are really high. People aren't feeling great.
Younger voters, the party's left wing, and Muslim and Arab Americans are angry at Biden for his support of Israel as it wages war on Gaza.
Here in California, which awards more delegates to the party's nominating convention than any other state, many voters told us they're frustrated with the increasing negativity and divisiveness in this year's political campaign.
For many, the Trump-Biden rematch generates little enthusiasm.
The stuff that's going on overseas has me really upset, actually. And then to have all the bitterness in the politics doesn't help. So, yeah, this is a pretty rough time we're going through right now.
I think it's very much so the political tribe of Democrat versus Republican.
I just think social media is at the forefront of that, of just getting everybody amped up against one another.
There are more primaries and caucuses to come, but the undramatic first phase of the 2024 presidential rematch could be over soon. Biden and Trump are likely to win the necessary number of delegates to secure their respective nominations within a matter of weeks. And then campaign season really begins. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Huntington Beach, California.
Finally, Zambia has declared a national emergency after a severe drought. Lack of rain is devastating the agricultural sector, affecting more than 1 million families. The region is experiencing its driest February in 40 years. Al Jazeera's Harun Matassa reports.
Crops are struggling to survive in Zambia. Every day, Peter Shamapondo goes to check on his maize, and every time he comes out here, he worries.
All crops have been destroyed. There's nothing good to look at in the fields. Hunger will kill us.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the drought, brought on by El Nino and also blamed on climate change, will affect more than 1 million households. Zambia has gone without rain in the past months for weeks at a time.
It wasn't planned. We did get a warning that there would be El Nino. So we still went ahead and took a gamble and planted 35 acres of maize, a single crop that definitely has good potential in terms of income.
Zambians have experienced droughts before.
Farming is in the blood, so we understand their cycles. So there's some years where we make a loss, and then some years we make a profit. So the only alternative source of income, unfortunately, still lies in the agri sector.
According to the World Food Programme, Zimbabwe, Botswana, southern Malawi, eastern Angola, and parts of Mozambique are also in trouble. Zambia's government says humanitarian aid will be made available so people don't go hungry. Until then, many can only wait. Harun Matassa, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it TV2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.